Great. Recording. Great. Well, welcome to those who are watching this video. I'm Chris Britton, the National Coordinator for Simply Mobilising Australia, and I'm with Abby Bishop this morning from European Christian Mission. Hi, Abby. Good to have you with us.
Thank you. Really happy to be here.
So, Abby, we'd like to firstly know a little bit about you. So, just whatever you feel is relevant for our listeners today.
Okay. Yep. So I'm Abby and I'm a mum with 3 kids and I'm married to Rod. And Rod and I have the amazing privilege of serving with ECM. Rod's the national director, not the national director, sorry, business manager. Sorry, Matt. And my title at the moment is Missions Engagement Officer, which is quite fluid and we're trying to figure that out. But yeah, we've only been there since February, but we're really enjoying that. So yeah, is that enough or do you need to know anything else?
That's great, Abby. So, yes, mother, wife, and missions engager with European Christian Mission. That's great. And so, Abby, how did you come to know about this training called The Unfinished Story?
So very early on in the piece in my role, I got an email from my national director, Matt, just saying, hey, there's this course called TUS. Would you be interested in doing it given my role in engaging God's people? So, and I think a quick snippet was that it was 4 weeks and it was quite affordable, I think was the thing that was drawing me to it. It looked like a really good, not simple, but easy step to get engaged with. So I was interested in seeing if this is something that perhaps we as an organisation, a mission organisation, could be using in our engaging with churches. So, yeah.
Fantastic, Abby. And just in our conversation beforehand, you talked about your heartbeat, what you're passionate about. So I would guess that what you'd shared with me and then this opportunity. So just what is your passion? What is your heartbeat? What gets you out of bed in the morning?
Yeah, I think,
your children.
yeah, God's been really growing in me, and it's like been a slow growing with different things that I've been involved in over the last few years. And so it's that I think it started initially with the realization that we are all on mission, and there is a body of believers that is a massive task force that is called to be part of this mission. And as I am part of quite a large church that I attend, I look around and see all these people that may or may not be aware that they are also on that mission. And in my previous role of engaging people with refugees and God's love for them and hope for them, I felt like I was coming across lots of groups of people that may or may not have been aware that they need to be on mission too. And so, yeah, I think it's that, that's my passion, is how can we share this mission or maybe open people's eyes to the mission that is there and that God's calling every single one of us to be part of that and to be part of it in lots of different ways, not necessarily going, it may be supporting, praying, giving, but all part of the team. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that's our heartbeat as well in Simply Mobilising. Really good. And so, Abby, people who haven't taken The Unfinished Story might be wondering, what's it about? How could you summarise what the Unfinished Story is communicating?
By its title, there is a story that's not finished, and but it will finish at some point. But it's obviously not finished, and it's that God is wanting all people to know of Him and come into a saving relationship with Him, and that He's on this mission. And from the all through the Bible, it's there, and He's calling us to be part of it. And He uses lots of different people in part of that mission. And so, the TUS course does like wide brushstrokes of that mission and how we're called to be part of that. So there's a bit of history, there's a bit of what else? Biblical foundations for mission. There's a bit of practical praying for unreached people groups. I'm just trying to think what other aspects did we cover. Sorry, not being a very good student. Were there other bits that, if you can remind me of the other sections that we did?
So we looked at some strategy.
Yes, that's right. Strategy was the other one.
Strategy and also some considerations around culture.
That's right. Yes, culture.
really good.
Mm.
So, Abby, what was your take on it? How was TUS for you? I know you've done the much broader perspectives course, which we love and encourage everybody to do perspectives. But so, how did you find the TUS?
The TOS course was really easy to engage with. There were lots of short snippets and different, which caters to lots of people's different learning styles. So there's a pre-recorded teaching section. There's videos. There's some good prayer time as well. Small group time where you can engage a little bit with the content that you've just heard. And then praying that we can apply all that. And then even in the workbook, there's time to apply what you've just thought about and heard, and just reflect a little bit on what God's calling you to do with what you've just heard. So, yeah.
Indeed. So, so it was a beneficial course for you. How did it actually, impact you personally?
Definitely. It again cemented a lot of the concepts that I looked at in detail in perspectives, and I think reminded, because I think sometimes we can, I did perspectives a couple of years ago, and then you get back into the everyday life and you need that reminding of there's that mission and these are the strategies and this is the biblical call to be on mission. So it is good to be reminded. So maybe I'll be coming back in a couple of years to do TUS again to be reminded of why I'm doing what I'm doing and why we're all on mission. So yeah.
So Abby, in your opinion, how could you see the TUS being applied for those people who might be watching? What sort of application do you think TUS has in the body of Christ?
Yeah, so there's a really good, again, that wide brushstroke, giving people information about the mission, God's mission, and then there were strategies on how can you be doing that in the where God has you. So if you are in a suburban setting in a community, how can you be praying for the people around you? How can you look for those opportunities? How can you grow that heart for sharing God where you are? Or is God calling you to a certain part of the world to share that good news? So, yeah, is that what you were looking for in terms of application, or is there more?
Yes, also just how easy do you think the TUS
Right.
will be to use?
Yeah, so definitely, because the teaching sessions have already been pre-recorded, so it's quite easy to play that. You don't need to be reading and all the notes and being pre-prepared to present all that stuff, because it's already done by you and your team. And then the workbooks are all available. They just get shipped to whoever's running it, and then you just get those out to the participants. Zoom, I believe this was the first time you'd done it on Zoom. So
That's correct.
yeah, so
yes.
that was really easy to access. We had people all over Australia doing it. I mean, who's to say you can't do this worldwide? There's no boundaries to it. So yeah, so easy to run. Everything is there that you need. It's succinct, so it goes for about an hour and a half. Was that right? An hour and a half, I think. And yeah, and then that follow-on session that you did with running it was really helpful as well, especially for those who might be a bit worried about running it online. So that was really helpful as well. So quite easy to run in a small group setting, perhaps in a church, in existing structures already. So nice 4-week thing to do, maybe if a church is already doing a series on mission or wanting to re-engage the church with mission. A really good tool for small groups, and then hopefully engaging the whole church.
Thanks, Abby. And then just before we wrap up, anything that you'd like to finish to say to our viewers today?
Be really open to what God is saying to you as you read his word, as you pray, and as you seek God's heart, be prepared to be obedient to whatever it is he calls you to do in wherever you are. So yeah, it can be a scary prayer, but I believe that's what God is wanting us to do, and then to be obedient. So yeah.
Well, Abby, it's been great to chat with you today, and I'm so excited to talk to somebody who's passionate to see others join God's mission. And of course, that's not just an elite few, that's every believer.
That's right.
is called to be on mission with God. So
Yeah.
I feel that that kindred spirit there. It's been wonderful, and so glad that you got to take the TUS. And yeah, maybe it's it seems like it may well be a tool that you'll have in your tool belt in your job as a mission engager with ECM. So I'll certainly pray and wish you all the best in your endeavours, in your part of the vineyard.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Abby, and God bless.
See you later.
Bye for now.